Shalom. So we're gonna look at what a solar lunar calendar looks like, right? And as you can see, we put in the Roman months and dates to let people understand, because most of them are gonna only be familiar with the Roman dates. So telling them about the moon and the sun and the stars is not gonna make much sense, right? And if you're prophesying and it's not edifying the church, then it's like you're speaking in an unknown tongue. So we have the Roman dates here to help, right? So this year, this is 2019, right? This is an old calendar which I will upgrade it. I will make the one for this year soon. So as you can see, February 19 was the beginning of the new year, right? And as you can see, we have the dates here, the Roman dates. And as you can see, the 6th of March was the wave sheaf. Passover was the 14th, the 4th, sorry. And that is month one. And as you can see, all the dates of the new moon, they're under the 7th day, because from day 1 to day 6 are considered to be working days, meaning those days you can do servile work, right? So your new moon cannot fall in those work days. It has to be under the 7th day of the week, right? Now it's hard for a lot of people to understand, because what? Because we're accustomed to this Roman calendar where the beginning of a month can fall anywhere in the week, right? But if it's a new month, it has to also be a new week. You cannot have a new month in an old week. For example, I'm just going to look at their Roman calendar, right? January, you cannot begin a new year, but you're still sharing days with December, right? That is physically impossible, and that is not logical. You cannot have a new month and an old week. So each time it's a new month, the week has to also be new. All right, so every new moon day is going to be the 7th day of the week. Then you work 6 working days, and then comes your first Sabbath, right? So as you can see, for month 2, you have the date of the new moon, and everything is as follows, just the same. We don't have any feast day in that month, in the second month. The third month is just the same, no feast days, right? But in the fourth month comes summer, and in summertime is harvest. Just as the Messiah says, are there yet 4 months until harvest, right? That's John chapter 4, verse 35. Because summertime is when you harvest your crops. So what you plant in spring, the short-term ones you harvest in summer. Or if for the long-term crops, if you planted it like in fall last year, you'll be harvesting in summer as well. So in the fourth month, this is where you'll have your feast of Pentecost in the fourth month, right? The fifth month, as you can see, has a new moon date. Once you catch your new moon dates, then everything will be accurate for you, right? As you can see, going down slowly. All the way to the 12th month. And down here we have the key, which tells you the feast dates. Alright, so this was 2019. Now we're going to take a look at 2020. Now as you can see here from the previous, this is 2020, right? So from the previous calendar, what you notice was the last day of it was February 8th, right? So this new year begins the day after, which is the 9th of February, and this is the year 2020, right? And as you can see, this one has the feast dates in it. So the 22nd of February would have been the Passover, was the Passover. Then you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then these 6 days are in yellow. That tells you it is the continuation of the Passover, right? So as you can see, the second month, you have your new moon date, which is the seventh day of the week, because you cannot merge two moons together. So it's impossible to merge 2 months. So each time is a new month, the week is also new, right? So the second month, you have these dates. The third month is the same, and the fourth month, as you can see, the Pentecost was on the 29th of June, which was fourth the fourth month and the seventh day of the week. And I made a video regarding the feast of Pentecost, or the feast of weeks, or the feast of harvest, whichever name you call it. It can only fall on the sixth day of the fourth month or the seventh day of the fourth month, depending on how many days are in the third month, whether it's 29 or 30, right? Now, the fifth month, as you can see here, the sixth month, and this is 2020's calendar. I'm trying to find a way to make one in the PowerPoint so I can put it on the YouTube just the same, rather than just doing this from my phone, right? The seventh month, as you can see, the 3rd of August was the trumpets, and you have the Feast of Tabernacles as well in that month, which is a 7 days feast, and at the end of it comes a Sabbath right after, right? The 8th month, the 9th month, the 10th month, the 11th month, and the 12th month. So this is what a solar lunar calendar looks like. Like I said, the seventh day of the week is the beginning of the month. That's where the month begins, at the seventh day of the week, right? Some months you'll find 29 days, some 30 days, depending. And that's just an example of a solar lunar calendar, right? Shalom.